Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're gonna talk about the Nicki Minaj canceling our um, tour in Romania. Basically, it's an issue that's close to my heart, me being Romanian after all, and knowing about this festival that has advertised Nicki as a top headliner for the better part of last year. Now, this shit is mad. She says she's canceling it for safety reasons over Bucharest protest. It's true, there's a protest in Bucharest. A few hundred people, or not a few hundred people, somewhere around 8 to 900 people are expected to be protesting our new tax reforms, which is not a huge protest to be fair. And Romania doesn't have a history of violent protests, right? I mean, here in Romania, we don't have violent protests. Or mostly our protests are peaceful. There's the occasional police breaking up protest because they extended an hour mark imposed by our government. But that's about it. There's nothing violent. We don't go in the street throwing rocks at police officers, destroying cars, looting stores like in other countries. So what would be violent in Romania? I mean, what the fuck? This smells like something different. Maybe she made another promise. Maybe she had another gig going on. That's crazy. I mean, we don't have violent protests. We didn't. The last violent protest, I think, were in the 90s, where actually it only turned violent because our government basically brought on some minors to break down the riots using violence. But that's about it. That's about it. So she says that um, she abruptly canceled her headlining performance due to a planned protest on Monday in the city. On fucking Monday. So she has been advised by her security detail to not travel to Romania's festival. But instead, where do we have that? This has nothing to do with Saga. Even having to say this is very strange because this festival has a history of promoting headliners that never actually participate in. Like last year, it was Lil Nas X and Wiz Khalifa, and this year is Tyla and Nicki Minaj. Now, uh, the thing is that where do I find her? However, Minaj said that she'll be back on stage Friday in London. In London. So she won't travel to Romania because it's unsafe, because of protests, because we're this violent bunch of people just looting and destroying everything in our path during protests. But she's going to London, which is known for their peaceful nature of protests with no rioting, no looting, no destroying shops, destroying cars, fighting officers of the law, or anything like that. How the fuck does that make sense? We had nothing going on in Romania that is violent in the past years regarding protests. Most of our protests are 10, 20, 30 people, maybe 100 people with those signs in front of an important government office or building, and that's about it. This is the extent of a violent protest, and of course, police officers breaking up protests after 10 p.m., which is apparently something they are entitled to do because protests cannot be longer than what the government has allowed them for, or the prefecture. I'm not really sure which one of those, but still, you're going to London, where in 2011 you had the England riots that saw burned cars, people battered in the street, looting, rioting, 5 deaths. Like, we don't have that in Romania. We, how is our protests? How are actually our protests more violent than these ones? But this is um, let's say this is 2011. Okay, it's 2011. We won't talk about that. It's not recent. It's 13 years ago. Okay, let's go more recent, or rather recently in 2024. You have St. George's Day in central London. Far right supporters clash with police on Whitehall, and I've heard about this story actually. So were forced to intervene as attendees broke through the barrier an hour before the event began. Footage from the event showed crowds blocking the road while chanting England till I die, while one attendee was spotting attacking a police horse with an umbrella. We don't have that here. Like, that's insane. But following the outburst of violence, a Section 60 order was imposed through Lambeth and Westminster, which granted police additional powers to perform stop and searches. This is violent, right? This is rioting. This is something that's unsafe, actually unsafe, right? Not fucking Bucharest protests that are usually centered around blocking government building so that it cannot be used anymore or entered anymore, and that's it. We don't loot. We don't loot shops. We don't raid people's homes. We don't batter people to death during protests. But somehow, Nicki believed that our brand of protests, which is actually a brand is not uh, our brand of protest is too violent because we are too peaceful. But in London, everything is perfectly fine. There's no issue to get scared for her safety or her child's safety or her team's safety. I know, man, it's mental. I think there's something foul amiss there. I mean, it cannot be. I think uh, it's been rumored in Romania, right? Because these festival organizers actually have done some shady shit over the years, and from last year, a lot of firms offering catering for the event are complaining they have not been paid one Romanian leu, which is one Romanian dollar. So I think because there's some rumors from inside the organization that hosted this event that they refused to pay um, Minaj's team, and that's why she pulled off. But if that's not true, and she just pulled off because of security reasons, I think she's liable to get sued. I mean, it's clearly something that she maliciously done, has maliciously done, and it can damage our country's reputation. An artist of that um, reach worldwide can actually influence people negatively about our country. I think she's liable to be sued. Some of her fans might say, "Oh, Nicki was in danger in Romania. We're never going to that backward country. Well, we're not going into that third world country where we'd be unsafe, like Nicki was." So she's liable to be sued for that statement only, because she felt unsafe in Romania. Why did she agree? Has she not researched the topics of protests in Romania? What exactly made her unsafe? Nothing. I'm telling you, nothing would have made her unsafe or feel unsafer than in London. Because as you can see, Bucharest crime rate versus London crime rate. Maybe I can find a straight comparison. So here, the crime rate in Romania is is Nombel. I don't know how fair it is, but the crime index is so fucking disparate. It's double in London, the crime index, and the safety scale is much higher in Bucharest. Why did you feel unsafe here, Nikki? Why? Why? I'm telling you, she should be sued for that statement. Maybe not because she cancelled, because she had reasons, but to to publicly state that, having that reach that you have, I think it's criminal. To be fair, it could damage a country's reputation, a city's reputation. So I think she should totally be sued. Like fucking hell. Oh, I forgot to show you the crime index comparison. Sorry, I'm just so mad about this situation. So you can see here the crime index in Bucharest 28.03, London 54.59. The safety scale in Bucharest is 71.97. In London, it's 45.41. So this shit is insane. I think she should be held accountable for what she said, for the damage done to our country, because people will believe her. They won't believe a country, right? So yeah, I think she should be sued. I think it's so fucking horrible and disgusting what she actually did. Maybe she didn't understand or realize that, but it's filthy as fuck. So, thank you for hopping in. I had to talk about this. So sorry for the huge number of videos lately and so few time actually passing between my last react and this one. But because this hits home, I had to talk about it. So, whilst it's still hot. So, thank you all for joining in. Hope you liked the video. Hope you liked my explanations, the comparison between the safety of London and Romania in Bucharest. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. So thank you all for joining. Hope you'll be willing to like and subscribe, and I love you all to death. See ya.